My name is Bevan and this is my wife Tam. I'm from a little beach town called Scottsboro on the south coast of KwaZulu-Natal. Tam grew up on the north coast. When I was 20 years old, I used sport as an opportunity to get over to London.
We bumped into each other at a bus stop in London, how random. Got chatting, it was a Saturday, invited him to church. He came the next day and...
That was history. I felt like I'd walked into everything of what I'd wanted for my life. That began a journey just a couple of years down the track. I started working for Hillsong Church in London.
I was teaching, but giving a lot of my time to Hillsong London. We loved it. It was a significant time in our lives.
It was so exciting. Like it just felt like there was such incredible momentum with what was going on. And to be there during that time, I felt like we learned so much. South Africa was always a part of our hearts. That draw to South Africa had spoken loudly again, and we actually made the decision. We told our family, your folks were in the UK visiting at the time, your folks go away just for 2 nights, and next thing they come back to us saying, we're no longer coming back to South Africa because we've been asked to move to Australia. People there who we really felt like became closest of friends. They became our second family, and we pioneered and started a new Hillsong campus, and that was an adventure.
We thought that we were sacrificing for Jesus when we said yes to go to Noosa because we hadn't seen it at its best. And then we realized when we arrived that it's literally paradise.
It's a beautiful part of the world. Life was good for us. We were a part of an incredible faith community. And then all of a sudden, South Africa just really stirs again within us. And that began a series of conversations, prayer, and ultimately we both felt like it was time.
We just started to wonder what it was that we felt this pull back to South Africa for, whether God was bringing us back to South Africa for something new.
We wanted to serve the country that we love so much and play our part, as small as it might be. In Genesis, where it's using Abraham as an example, made a decision to follow God even though he didn't know where he was going. And so we had this passion for the local church. There was this sense that perhaps we need to step out and plant a church. So we feel like, okay, yes, the next step is to start a church. So how do you do that? How do you start a church? We have nobody. We have nothing and no one to start this church with.
All of our world is like overseas.
One of the advantages of modern society is there is social media, and all we did was to just try and get word out.
And we set aside the year in our hearts to just say, wouldn't it be cool to be able to launch a church in a year's time?
We had our first interest night. The cool thing about that interest night was that a few people turned up, but of those 23 or 24, it was mainly family and friends who were really just coming to give us a show of support. We did another get-together. That then revealed that there were a few more people that were interested.
So we did the Alpha course. We love that it started in 2 groups and is coming together as one group, because from the start we have said that we would love to be a church of groups that would gather on the Sunday. I can see a group happening right in the business district of Umhlanga during people's lunch breaks, as well as a group happening, I don't know, in the water. A bunch of people catching waves, catching a surf and just being genuinely, just being mates. But on the Sunday you get to bring all these different cultures together, and it works because it's about a kingdom culture, not about any one culture.
And it doesn't necessarily matter how far you travel to come together, because if it's worth getting together for, then most people are prepared to do that. People are what's most valuable. We feel like a true kingdom expression of the local church is seen in this diversity of people, united around this amazing grace that is Jesus. We have no intention to do this on our own. This is not about Bevan and Tam. Church really is about people together. So the miracle really is that we've got such a great group of people together who are passionate, who are so supportive, who are wanting to do this with us. And so we're so encouraged about what could be because of what God has orchestrated to this point.